Hello, everyone. We're going to be starting in a few minutes here. Just going to wait for a few more people to join us. We'll just give it another 30 seconds or so and then get into it. Okay, let's get started. I'll probably have a few more people join as we go, but let's get into it. Thanks everyone for your time. So my name's Tom. I'm the Director of Sales for Tech Talent North, and thank you for joining the webinar. So today I'm going to be running you through the platform that we use for Tech Talent. I'll be showing you all the features and showing you how to make the most out of this virtual event. The way I'm going to run it, I'll go through each of the different sections of this platform, then the networking platform that we use, and I will then at the end take any questions. As we go, feel free to ask any questions in the chat box. And yeah, let's get into it. Actually, before I go, just to confirm, in the Q&A or the chat, can everyone just pop in that you can hear me and see me, and you can hear your screen? See the screen, sorry. Okay, fantastic. Lots of people. This is good. All right, put that away. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah, so this is Tech Talent North, the event, and this is where this platform is called SwapCard. It's a really top-end piece of conference software. In my opinion, and I think in all of our opinion on the team, it's probably the best conference platform that we've seen. It's very smooth, it's very quick, and has a lot of features. So I'm going to run through all of those today. The first thing I want to do, and the first thing that everyone should do when they log into Tech Talent, is we're going to go and update our personal profile, and that's in here. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that little box. You click in, and you can go through in here, and you can put everything about yourself. We really recommend to make this, put as much effort as you can into this part of the platform, because to make this event successful for everyone, it's all about connecting with different people. And so the more information that you can have in there about yourself, the more likely you're going to be to connect with others there. So this part, it's pretty straightforward. You just jump in, you can click the little edit button here. You can go through all the different sections. Under the biography, a little hack that I do, and I think a few others do, is you can just take your bio from LinkedIn and just put it into here, and that's a pretty easy way to do that part there. You can also have your social media links. You can have your personal contact information, and I'll get to this part a little bit later, but not everyone can see your contact information, only the people that you've connected with, but I will get to that as we go on. Back to the home page, and probably a good place to start as well. If you do have any issues throughout your time using this platform, you can see Erin here will have she's got a help video here, and then she also has over here on the right hand side, there's a help desk button. You can jump in there, that someone will be there the whole time, and they'll be answer any questions that you might have. Let's start with the agenda. So this is where you're going to jump in. This is where you're going to be able to see all of the sessions that are happening, what's going on. And a cool feature here is you can actually, you can add these to your own personal agenda. So you click this little button on the right-hand side here. I want to go to this one and this one and this one. You can do this in the days before the event. And then you have a button up here called My Schedule. you can click on there, and anything that you've saved to your schedule will show up in here. The actual sessions, the way that they're going to look, there won't be anything in here right now because the session isn't on, but a box will show up in here, and that's where the session will happen. There'll be a chat on the right-hand side. In fact, there's a little box down here, a live discussion. And this is a really important part because I will get to the giveaways shortly, but there are going to be some giveaways, and they're going to be happening, during sessions and the live discussions. So it's good to keep your eye on those live discussions and engage with others. You can ask questions in here. The speakers may put some polls in to get a feel for the audience and where is everyone at on the certain topic that they're talking about. So that's worth keeping an eye on, the live discussion piece there. Now, the next piece, it's the attendees tab in here. This attendees tab, you're going to be able to see everyone who is at the event. This is really cool. So you can actually go through, this is everyone who's registered, and you can go through and you can connect with anyone that you like at this event. And so one piece to note is that you have to connect with someone before you can talk to them. So you can't just go through here and message anyone. You have to send a connection request. So if I wanted to connect with Tara, I can jump in here, and on the right-hand side, you'll see this connection request box. Interesting statistic, I don't know if I do have it here still, is that 64% of requests that aren't accompanied by some sort of message, or they're just generic, they don't get accepted. So if you're wanting to connect with someone, take some time to really have a look at their profile and think about why you want to connect with them, and then put that into the connection request. And they're far more likely to accept that. So once you have connected with them and they've accepted your connection request, you're going to then be able to start speaking with them and chatting with them. And so I'm going to jump in through here. Mark, I am already connected with. So that means now that I have the ability to message in here. And then this part's really cool as well. If you wanted to chat with someone and you wanted to make notes of your conversation, you can do that in this section. And then at the end of the event, you can actually export that as well. I can also set a time with Mark now that I'm connected with him. I can see his personal information, which again, it's only available for people who you're connected with to see. So you're not just going to be handing that out to everyone. I could go through to his LinkedIn or his social media profiles. I can see his bio and everything there as well. And then I can also jump into a video chat with him too. So you just click this little button here, and then you click this up here, and then that's the way that you jump into a video call there. The next piece I will get into, in fact, I'll run through all the tabs. So in here you have the speakers. You can go through, you can see everyone who's speaking at the event. And the great thing with this platform as well is, in the same way as attendees, I can go through and I can connect or send messages to any of the speakers. And it's another way to meet them too. And here you'll see our featured companies. And a really cool thing in here, I can jump into all of these different companies and I can see a bit about what they do, what their background is. Let's jump into Acopolis. They have a video, a bit of an overview of what they do. They have, you'll be able to get some more information. If you wanted to chat with them, you can go through on the right-hand side here and you can send them messages. You can book meetings with them. You can contact them. They have special offers, which is a cool part I'm going to go and get into shortly. And then you can also see the sessions that they're taking part in as well. Okay, giveaways and offers. This part's pretty exciting. So throughout this whole event, there's going to be giveaways happening. And in here, you'll be able to jump in and you can see everything that's going to be given away. Anything that says win next to it, this is a sponsored prize from one of our sponsored. And the way that you win these is each of them will have a different criteria. So you might have to go and watch a video, or you might have to fill out a form or whatever it might be. Each of the different companies has a criteria. So that's the win, the win ones. And then they'll be announcing a winner as well. Then the door prizes, these ones are cool. And this is back to what I was talking about at the beginning. In the different sessions, there's that live chat on the right-hand side. So the way the door prizes are going to work is that throughout the event at random times during sessions, we're going to announce a winner. And so let's just say it's the door prize for $100 Joey's gift card. In that right-hand side box, in the live discussion, someone on our team will say, Sally has won the $100 Joey's gift card. And you have to be watching that. And if you reply within 60 seconds of your name being drawn, then you will win that prize. If you don't actually respond, then the prize will be given to someone else. And we'll go through that process until someone there snaps it up. So be sure to keep an eye on that, on the live discussion box there. The next part is the social contest. So the social contest, throughout the event, we'll be bringing everyone's social posts, syncing them straight into the platform so you can see everything that's going on. And in here, this is going to pull anytime there's a mention of Tech Talent North, it's going to come up in here. And so to win that prize there, what you can do is you can follow Tech Talent North, you can follow HR Tech Group, and then once you tag the conference in your tweet, it'll show up in here and you'll automatically be put into the draw to win that $100 gift card. So this is Swap Card from a high level. And obviously there's lots of different pieces. We recommend now, there's a couple days before the event starts. So get in here and start playing around. You can connect with people now. You can fill out your own personal schedule and you can start building, making sure that you have a good experience. The next piece that I'm going to get into, it's called Remo. And Remo is where our networking is going to happen. It's also where the keynotes will be happening as well. So the way to access the networking hub and where the keynotes is, you click through into the session and then there'll be a button here. It'll be a lot more obvious when the event's happening, is because this will pop up on the homepage. But just to show you how this works, I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to take you into the networking suite. So for everyone who is attending, there'll be another button here that just says login. I'm set up as a speaker just so we can go in. Just a second. There we go. So you will actually be able to click just a little button there that says login with Swap Card, and you won't have to re-enter any of your details. It will just bring you straight in. And now Remo's going to want my microphone and camera, which it's not going to be able to do because I'm currently using my microphone and camera. So that's something that's worth noting as well. One of the technical issues that people have is that their camera or their mic won't work. So just like I'm having at the moment, this troubleshooting side of things is make sure that you're not using your camera or microphone in another app. Make sure you don't have Zoom left on or Teams left on or something like that, because that can cause some issues with connecting to the platform. Here we are. So this is Remo, and my computer, it's because I'm using Zoom and recording that it doesn't like doing both. So it's usually a lot quicker, and it will be for everyone else. This is the networking hub. And this is where the keynote happens as well. So first thing in the morning and last thing at the end of the day, this is where the keynotes will happen. We'll also be running the networking throughout the day, and you can keep an eye on the agenda for when those times will be. But pretty much the way this works is you can there'll be people at all these different tables, and the number of seats at the different tables correspond to how many people are allowed at the table. So if I wanted to go and have a group conversation, I'd be able to see a lot of people sitting at this table, and I can just double click in there and go in and join. If I wanted to have a private conversation, you can see there's only 2 seats at this table. So I could go in with someone else and we could just double click into this table and they'd be taken in where you can have a private conversation. On the left-hand side, you'll see the different floors. So you can go to different levels and there'll be people everywhere there. And then a really cool thing with this is that you can actually just scroll over and you can click on profiles. So at the moment, I'm the only one in here, but everyone's sort of screen will be filled up with little icons like this to show where people are. And you can just click on them and you can see who they are and what they, what company they're from. And then you can say, I want to chat with that person. And you can just double click into the table with them and jump in there to chat. So that's how Remo works. As I mentioned, sometimes there are some technical issues where you're not really, the camera might work like this with a little X. It's probably good that you can see that now because I'm using my camera and mic in a different app. So firstly, you go make sure you quit out of everything and you can get in there. Secondly, refresh the page. And then lastly, if it doesn't work, again, we will have people who are floating around to help in here. And then also you can go to the help desk as well on Swapcard where you can ask questions there. So from a very high level, that's the 2 platforms we'll be using. They'll be seamlessly interconnected, so you don't need to worry about logging in and logging out of different platforms. Once you've logged into Swapcard, you should be able to just click straight over to Remo through here, and then you'll be able to go into the networking theater. That sort of wraps up the platform. So what I'll do now is, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them, and I will answer them as they come up. So someone has asked here, what's the best time to connect with people? That's a great question. Interestingly, the majority of connections at virtual events happen in the days leading up to the event. So that's where we are right now. So we would really suggest getting in there today, getting in there this evening, and starting to connect with people and starting to meet people and do things. And the more people that can do that, the better experience it is for everyone. So we really recommend jumping in there, filling out your profile, connecting with people, building out your schedule, and getting the ball rolling like that. I've got a question on Remo. How do you know who is at the tables? It's a good question. So in here, you will be able to just scroll over. Again, I'm the only one in here at the moment, but you can just scroll over and their name will come up like that. So there'll be people at all different tables. You can just scroll and your mouse over it and they'll just pop up. And then, or you can also click on them as well for a little bit more info. Another piece to mention is you want to, once you're done in Remo, once you finish the networking, remember to quit out of it. And then your video and everything will be shut off as well. Someone has asked in the prizes, I'm just going to jump back over there under the giveaways. Do we have to click the I'm interested ticket beside each prize in order to win? So no, you don't. For the door prizes, you'll be automatically entered, and any attendee during a session, your name will be drawn and it'll be put in that live chat section when the session's happening. So you just have to keep an eye on that. And then for where it says win, these are sponsored prizes. And so there will be a different criteria to win. So I can jump in here. So in order for me to win these noise canceling headphones, I need to go and fill out the form. So there's a form that the company's put here where you'll go fill it out and then you'll be entered to win. And then the last one obviously is the social wall. So if you tag Tech Talent North in here, then you'll be automatically entered as well. Someone has asked in Remo, when you're networking and you're in a group, do you see all the profiles of the people you're chatting with at the same time? Yeah, so what will happen is I'd click in here and up the top here, if I was at a 5-person table, 5 video boxes would pop up and then names would all come up on here as well. and then you can just click in and out. If you want to see information about them, again, you can click on their icon as well, and you can see what company they're from too. So someone's asked here, how can I win the grand prize airfare for two with WestJet? It's a good question. I'd like to win that one. So under the giveaways and offers, you would jump in here, and the grand prize is in here. So this one, again, is an exciting one. It's the same as those in it to win it prizes. This prize, which is a fantastic prize, will be randomly drawn during the keynote, which will be happening in Remo in the networking hub. So, and you have 1 minute to respond. So if your name comes up, it'll happen. It'll come up in the chat during a keynote. And if your name comes up, you have to reply immediately or within 60 seconds, and then you'll win that prize. And if you don't respond within 60 seconds, then again, it will go back to someone else. We'll draw someone else's name. And I'm just confirming here that the grand prize will actually be drawn on the second day. It will be the closing keynote that will be drawn out. So make sure you're attending that closing keynote in order to win that prize. Let's reading some other questions here. So someone's asked about the live discussion, and that's where those spot prizes will come in throughout the event as well. The live discussion, it's specific to the session that you're in. So another little quick thing here, you can click live now at any time, and you can see what sessions are on at that time. So if you pop in and you're not sure what's on, you can click that button and you'll see what's on it when you log in or when you're there. Just to quickly bring up the live discussion again. So let's just say I was in this session. Down in the right-hand side here, you'll see the live discussion. And this live discussion will be specific to this session. So you can chat about this specific session. And then if you go to another session, there'll be another live discussion happening that's specific to that session as well. And then another question again, where's the discussion box to respond to for prizes? This is the discussion box here. It will pop up every time there's a message in there. So just keep an eye on this live discussion. And the prizes will be given throughout the event. There's lots of different sessions happening and lots of different live discussions happening. So just keep an eye on those. Someone's asked here, is it possible to watch sessions after the event has finished? So that's a great question. It is possible. So all of the sessions are available on demand. You can just go back into the agenda and you can watch them later on. So that's a great thing, a great tool as well. And the platform will be open after the event finishes as well for you to come in. You can still sort of see who was there. You can still see the sessions and everything's in there as well. Then the last one other piece actually in Remo I'm going to go into quickly. So this is where the keynotes happen, the main sessions, and this is where the main prize is going to be given away. It's going to happen in Remo, and there is a chat feature. So when a session happens in here, you can't see it right now, but there'll be a screen that pops up that pulls you out of networking. It will pop up in the middle here, and then the live session will happen, and there'll be a chat box on the right-hand side, and that's where for the grand prize on the last day in the closing keynote, at the end of the closing keynote, that's where the name will be drawn. So it'll be drawn in Remo, and you reply in Remo, not in Swapcard. Looks like we're getting to the end of the questions now. Is there anything else that would be helpful for me to go over? You can put it in the chat or in the Q&A. I can see both of them. So let me know if there's anything else that you want to go over. I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll wrap up. Looks like that's everything. think we've covered everything. And again, if I'm actually going to put in the chat for everyone to see here. Oh, looks like I might have one more question. I'm going to put in the chat quickly here Shauna's email. So if there are any issues with logging in, or if you have any issues throughout the event, you can also email Shauna. She'll be able to help you throughout this event. And our team will be online the whole time as well. We'll be floating in and out of Remo. We'll be on swap cards. So if you see us, feel free to reach out with any questions and we'll be happy to help you as well. So just quickly, I'm going to put Shauna's email in here in the chat for everyone to see. And I think that's it. Thanks everyone for your time. As I mentioned, try to get in there today, this evening, if you can. The majority of connections at virtual events happen in the days leading up to the event. So put your best foot forward, fill out your profile, and we'll see you for the live event in a couple of days. Thanks.